Did you know the idea that you're innocent until proven guilty goes back nearly 1,500 years? It's true, and it's thanks to a legal revolution in the Byzantine Empire. While we picture modern law as a recent invention, its roots stretch deep into history, shaped by Emperor Justinian I and his team of legal scholars. The Corpus Juris Civilis, or body of civil law, wasn't just a collection of rules. It was a bold attempt to bring order to a chaotic legal system built up over centuries. Imagine trying to follow a rule book where new pages were added for 1,000 years, but old ones were never removed. That was the Roman world. Justinian's Code aimed to fix that, reshaping not just his empire but the future of law everywhere, from the Napoleonic Code to Louisiana's legal system. Here's the twist. The principle that the burden of proof is on the accuser, not the accused, was codified in Justinian's time, long before modern democracies. This wasn't just about big ideas. The code covered everything: marriage, property, contracts, and more, a total overhaul of society's rules. Think of it as the ultimate software update for an entire civilization. The old system was buggy and slow. Justinian wanted a complete reboot. His story, and the story of this monumental legal code, begins with the emperor himself. Let's meet the man behind the law. Because sometimes, the most modern ideas are actually ancient secrets. Justinian wasn't born into power. He grew up in a small Balkan village far from Constantinople's splendor. His uncle Justin rose through the military ranks to become emperor, bringing young Justinian to the capital and grooming him for leadership. When Justin died, Justinian took the throne in 527 CE, ambitious, tireless, and determined to restore Rome's lost glory. He launched military campaigns, built the magnificent Hagia Sophia, and most importantly, set out to unify the empire under one law. For Justinian, a messy legal system symbolized decay. He believed a clear, rational code was the foundation of a strong state. Law to him was more than rules. It was divine order on earth. His quest to create a legal code so perfect it would last for all time. Justinian inherited a legal nightmare. 1,000 years of laws, decrees, and jurist opinions, all jumbled together. Roman law wasn't a single book, but a chaotic mix: Senate laws, imperial edicts, and endless commentaries from legal scholars who often disagreed. Judges faced mountains of conflicting documents, some centuries old, making justice slow, expensive, and unpredictable. Legal chaos meant ordinary people couldn't know their rights, and justice depended on which lawyer had the better library. For Justinian, this confusion was intolerable. He wanted order, efficiency, and control. The solution? Sweep away centuries of legal clutter and start fresh. But he couldn't do it alone. He needed a team of legal experts to lead a revolution. Enter Tribonian and the Dream Team. Their mission: untangle a millennium of legal spaghetti. Justinian wasn't a lawyer, so he assembled a commission of the empire's brightest legal minds in 528 CE. Leading them was Tribonian, brilliant, tireless, and the architect of the entire reform. Their first task: tackle the mountain of imperial decrees, discarding obsolete laws and resolving contradictions. Acting as ruthless editors, they organized centuries of chaos into a single, coherent collection. In just 14 months, they produced the Codex Justinianus, 12 books, over 4,500 laws, all streamlined and official. The old decrees? Gone. The code was now the sole source of imperial law. But the job wasn't done. Next up, the writings of the great Roman jurists. Thousands of books, millions of lines. Justinian expanded the team and gave them an even bigger challenge. Their goal: distill the wisdom of Rome's greatest legal thinkers into one organized work. This would become the Digest. The legal revolution was just getting started, and the empire would never be the same. The Codex Justinianus was a game changer. Before, imperial laws were scattered and contradictory. Now, they were organized into 12 symbolic books, echoing Rome's ancient 12 tables. Judges and lawyers could finally find the law quickly and clearly. Justinian declared the Codex the only valid source of imperial law, sweeping away centuries of confusion. No more cherry-picking old edicts. The law was what the Codex said, period. This brought certainty, efficiency, and strengthened the state. As new legal questions arose, Justinian updated the Codex, creating a living legal system. The final version, published in 534 CE, survives to this day. It was the foundation for everything that followed. Next came the Digest, a colossal effort to condense 2,000 books and 3 million lines of jurist writings into 50 organized volumes. The commission edited, clarified, and resolved conflicts, creating the ultimate legal textbook. The Digest became law, but it was massive. So Justinian ordered a simpler guide for students, the Institutes. The Institutes, based on an older textbook, explained the basics, persons, things, and actions. It was clear, concise, and logical, perfect for teaching new lawyers. This structure shaped legal education for centuries. Together, the Codex, Digest, and Institutes formed a complete legal package: law, theory, and a beginner's guide. Justinian's system was now accessible, systematic, and ready for the future. The law was no longer a mystery, it was a tool for order, and it was about to evolve even further. Justinian didn't stop with the Codex, Digest, and Institutes. As new issues arose, he issued fresh laws called the Novelli, or novels, the final piece of his legal legacy. Unlike the earlier codes, the novels weren't compiled officially in his lifetime, but later collectors gathered them. Many were written in Greek, making the law more accessible to ordinary people. The novels addressed everything from government reform to church matters, blending civil and religious law. This shift reflected the changing language and needs of the empire. The Corpus Juris Civilis, Codex, Digest, Institutes, and novels became the most comprehensive legal code the world had seen. It preserved Roman legal heritage while adapting to a new era. Justinian's law was living, evolving, and ready to shape the world. For ordinary Byzantines, Justinian's code brought predictability and unity. Legal disputes were judged by clear, consistent rules across the empire. The code shaped family life, marriage, and inheritance, affirming marriage by consent and giving women more property rights than many ancient societies. Commerce thrived under clear contract laws, boosting trade and prosperity. But the code also reflected its time. It regulated slavery, enforced harsh penalties, and upheld religious uniformity. Justice was more consistent, but it served the order of an absolute monarch. The law unified the empire, but it also reinforced its social and religious structure. For better or worse, Justinian's code was both a tool of justice and imperial power. It changed daily life and set the stage for centuries to come. Its legacy would soon reach far beyond Byzantium. After Justinian, his code ruled Byzantium for centuries but faded in the West, until a copy of the Digest was rediscovered in Italy around 1070. This sparked a legal revival. Scholars at Bologna studied the code, wrote commentaries, and spread its principles across Europe. Roman law became the backbone of legal education and shaped the systems of France, Germany, Spain, and more. The Napoleonic Code drew heavily from Justinian's work, spreading its influence worldwide, even to Louisiana. Even in common law countries, Roman legal ideas seeped in, shaping concepts like contract and property law. The distinction between public and private law, and the idea of a systematic legal code, all trace back to Justinian. His quest for order became the legal DNA of Western civilization. The past is never really past. Justinian's law still echoes in modern courthouses. Want to explore more hidden connections in history? Subscribe and join us for the next story. Because sometimes the laws that shape our lives were written by emperors with dreams of order, and their legacy is still with us today.